Hi, I want to share some artifacts that I talked about in my audio recording. If you can see behind me, there is a photo book that I talked about that includes the wedding photo on my grandparents' wedding day. I also want to show you some other artifacts, including the literary anthology in which my short story is printed and a gift that my mother gave me on my wedding day. So this is the photo book that my uncle created for my cousin Alice's wedding as a gift to the family. And my son Eli is going to help turn the pages here. It begins with a photo of my grandfather and the story of how he was born and how he went to join the army and the university. He became a general in the army and ended up teaching military strategy in Beijing. This is the wedding photo. And then there are other photos throughout that tell the story of their courtship and their family. My grandfather was an artist also, and this is a drawing that or painting that he did for my grandmother in a love letter. And it's an image of the rising sun on their marriage. There are also photos of my great-grandparents, my grandparents as children. College classmates. Our family tree. Keep turning. And then this is a photo of our family, and I am on the bottom center there with my sister. That's my sister, and that's me and my cousins. And then I also want to show the literary anthology in which my story was printed in, that was based or inspired by my grandmother. And there's a drawing that I drew of her wedding picture. And this is a pearl necklace that my mother gave me on my wedding day. I would also like to show something that is connected to my family's history and culture, because my grandmother joined a group called International Friends that met through the First Baptist Church in Arlington, Texas. And that grew and eventually started their own church called Arlington Chinese Church. And that became a community hub and a place where the Chinese community could gather, because we lacked a Chinatown in our city. Through that, my grandparents became Christians, and then eventually my family, we became Christians too. And that is why I have my Chinese Bible. And I've had different Chinese Bibles that I usually end up giving away to other Chinese visitors who come to this country, but that's the one I currently have. And this is my family Bible that I have had since I was a teenager when I became a Christian. And this one has notes in the margins of dates with my son's name, or my son's names, Nathan and Eli. And it just shows dates where I prayed scripture over them. And I hope to one day perhaps give this Bible to one of them. Then I also want to show these banners that I created for a Chinese New Year event, which I host in town in Boone at my church, Perkinsville Baptist Church. And these banners are based on banners that my father created for their church event that they host every year for Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year is a huge event, and it's a culmination of Christmas and Thanksgiving for the Chinese community. It goes on for several days and weeks. And it's a time when you go home and you're reunited with your family. So for the Chinese diaspora who aren't able to return home, it's a place, the church has become a place to gather as a community and to be one family united together for Chinese New Year. And these banners basically say, Happy New Year to all. The gospel does not divide but unites everyone, all peoples. And then if you look back here at the end of the table, this is just kind of a flyer that I created for our event at our church to show the menu, we always make and serve Chinese dumplings and sweet sticky rice cake, which just symbolizes that we stick together. And so that just explains the food that we'll be eating. So that's going to happen February 16th this year at Perkinsville Baptist Church. This is our 6th year to host it at our church, and you're welcome to come. And I will talk more in my writing about how important this kind of bounded space and place has become to me, and how I've kind of reinterpreted my identity through my parents' identity, and how important that is in my life.